Let's talk about your last fight in Hamilton and the fight with Napolitano. I mean, that was a great fight. You took a little bit of time off from your last fight, so that was most kind of a homecoming, kind of a comeback fight. What did you take away from that fight?
To be honest with you, the thing I took away from that fight the most was just how many people I have that are supportive, that love me and care about me as a person. Not just boxing, but obviously Ryan Young, the individual. And that was overwhelming just by how loud it was in that arena there. So that was the thing I took away the most from it. From a boxing standpoint, I took away that I still have the will to compete and still have the will to win.
Yeah, I have to say that crowd was a pro Ryan Young crowd, and it reminded me of a pro Ryan Rozicki crowd, because I was Ryan, and I was like I felt that energy in the room that night, same as I felt for Rozicki versus Alante Green. That was a great fight, and I'm both close with both of you, and this is what I love about the sport is that and now you and Nabs are training, which is cool too. Great fight. What did you learn about yourself during that experience?
Well, there's always questions when you're fighting young kids and you're fighting for belts and you're going through training camps, and there's always ups and downs. Any boxer that's been through a camp at any level will tell you that there's ups and downs that they go through. I just learned that even at the age of 39 that I am now, I still have the will to compete. I still have the will to win. I still have the will to get up every morning and push myself. I still have the will to do things that normal people wouldn't do every day to be successful. And when you're able to do that, it translates into success. So essentially what I learned is that I do still have the work ethic to be at the top of this, the sport of boxing.
You still have the heart and the desire to compete.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Going into this fight now, into this training camp for Sam Moses, have you changed anything for this camp, for this opponent?
Well, we changed up the strength and conditioning a little bit. We weren't entirely happy with the output that we had from the Napolitano fight. We thought that we could have more of an output. You can always work on balance, you can always work on technique. So obviously we're working on that as well. But Sam Moses is a different fighter than Napolitano. I feel like Sam Moses is a disciplined fighter. I feel like he probably comes from a decent pedigree boxing gym, meaning that he gets taught proper fundamentals and techniques. He obviously has power with having all of his wins coming by knockout. So, I don't want to say we're changing up too much, but we're switching some things to be specific for fighting Moses.
When you first heard the name Sam Moses for the main event November 9th, what thoughts did you have? What emotions did you have going through your body?
Pretty much the same emotions that I have when I hear about any fight. You always get a little bit of that feeling in your stomach, like, for lack of a better word or expression, like you're going to war. You kind of get that feeling in your stomach. So when I heard that I was going to be fighting Sam Moses, I was obviously excited. I got that little fire in my stomach, because that means that it's real and it's time to go when you sign the contract. And then, you get right into camp, you get into the diet, you get into the working out, you get into the resting, you get into the recovery, and the exciting part happens.
I like that. I really love that you've come back and, no hard on Naps, he's my friend too, but, the best man wins, and always my opinion in the sport, right? I don't like any bias that, you won that one, and it was a beautiful fight, and now you're fighting Sam Moses, and it's going to be for a WBC title. What does it feel like fighting for a WBC title? Is this the first time you fought for a WBC title in your career?
This is the first time that I've fought for a WBC title in my career, yep. I've been lucky to be able to fight for the NABA and NABF against Patrice Volnier, which I believe that I won that fight. There's a lot of people that thought that I won that fight. No disrespect to Patrice Volnier. He's actually turned out to become a great and successful boxer. I feel like on that night I was the better man, but he got crowned the winner, unfortunately. In the Shaquille Finn fight, everybody's got excuses, etc., etc. On that night, Shaquille Finn was a better man than me. I fought for the IBO title, which would have also got me ranked up in the top 15 in that sanctioning body. And I'm not making any excuses, but I wasn't Ryan Young that I wanted to be on that night, which happens in the sport of boxing. But this is the first time I'm going to be able to fight for the WBC, which is going to get me ranked in the top 15 in the WBC sanctioning body. I've come up short in the past, and it has left me with a sour taste in my mouth, and it also lets me know what I've left in the ring, that what I need to do better to be able to accomplish my goals. So my past experiences, you got to fail sometimes to learn. So I've learned. I feel like I'm a better boxer now, even at the age of 39, in terms of fundamentals, seeing things, being able to set shots up, take shots away, smother my opponents, those type of things. So I'm excited. I'm very, very excited.
What separates you and Moses as fighters?
What separates me and Moses as fighters would probably be, right now, currently, I just feel like I have more experience. I've been in the game a while. And it's not a disrespectful thing to him. I'm not saying that I think that he's a bad boxer or anything like that. I just feel like I have more experience. I've been through some wars. I've been in there with better boxers. It definitely as of late for sure than he has. So, and not taking anything away from John Michael. John Michael's a phenomenal fighter, so not taking that away from him. But I just feel like I've been in the ring with better boxers up to this point. And I just think that my IQ is just a smidge better. Again, he's a talented fighter. He's coming on strong. Obviously, all of his wins coming by knockout is something that I need to take into account when fighting him, obviously. But when I was young too, I had a lot of knockouts when I was very early in my career as well. But when you step up in competition, the knockouts start to become harder to obtain, and especially at an old age like 39. So, but no disrespect to Sam Moses, I'm excited for the challenge. I feel like I'm just a little bit better than him in terms of experience. Maybe not power and agility anymore, but I still feel like I have the wits about me and the discipline to be able to pull a fight out.
One thing I noticed in your fight was your cardio was in your fight.
I have two people obviously to thank for my cardio. I have a strength and conditioning coach. His name's Chris Xerub. We've been together just before my Ryan Wagner fight, which was my first Canadian title. We've been together since then. Chris understands my body. He understands what he needs to do to push me. At an old age, you can't do everything that the young kids are doing these days, but you can do pretty close to it. But we understand what it takes for me to be in the best shape that I can be in. So having him and his guidance, and then having Hayden Jones, aka Gord Jones, as my coach, he knows when to push me. We've been together since I've come into the sport of boxing. We've been together, and so he knows how to get the best out of me in terms of output per round. I did feel great in the Napolitano fight. I didn't feel like I slowed down. I did feel like I finished with too much gas in the tank, where I could have let my hands go to a point where maybe I would have been able to get the stoppage. And no disrespect to Napolitano, I just felt like I had a little bit more in the gas tank that I could have poured out there. So in this fight here, we're going to be looking to use that energy in certain spots and positions to be able to hopefully capitalize and be able to get a stoppage in this fight.
Nice. What challenges do you see in this fight?
The challenges that I see in this fight is obviously avoiding the big shots from Moses. He's obviously a power puncher. He is a boxer technician, meaning that he likes to have his range. He likes to come forward, apply pressure type of thing, but box at the same time. I just feel like for me, I need to avoid the big shot, which is most common for almost every boxer. And I just need to be myself. I need to be Ryan Young on that night.
Yeah, forever young.
That's it.
Were you there for the Moses and JM fight?
I was not, no.
Did you see it?
If I can be honest, I haven't watched it yet. I'm a little bit different. I don't like to study too much of the opponents right away. I like to get through camp, get into shape, become the best version of myself, and then as we get closer to the last 3 weeks, then I start watching the opponent a little bit, because I like to try to be the best version of myself before I adjust to go full game plan on my opponent. But I haven't watched that fight yet, but Gord watches the fights all the time. Everything that we do is designed about what Hayden thinks is going to win me the fight, based on what he sees from Sam in either the John Michael fight or any of the fights that he's had before, and or something that he's seen on Instagram or something like that.
Cool. What hole do you see? Well, you didn't watch this fight. All right, we'll close it up, and we'll just say, any last message you want to give to Sam Moses? Any
last message that I want to give to Sam Moses? It's a sport of boxing. It's a competition. Obviously, we're going to be fighting in front of my friends and family at the Hamilton Convention Center. So let's show up and show out. let's put on a good show for the people.
Last one, any last message you want to give to the Hamilton fans and of course the Ryan Young fans out there?
Oh man, I don't even know where to begin to say thank you. I've been in the sport a long time now. Obviously being a little bit older and having people still support me at the age of 39, and not just supporting by sending messages, but supporting by coming out. Some people drop by when I'm in camp. Every time I talk to somebody, it's always a positive vibe, positive message that they're giving me. And you know, they might not think that it really means anything, but it really does mean something to you when you're in a sport. And I'm not by myself, but you know, boxing is a very lonely sport. You're in your head when you have a fight announced. You're in your head all day, every day. All you're doing is thinking about the fight. So when people come and they're positive about it, it makes a big difference. And again, last fight against Napolitano, when I came out, how loud the fight was, how loud it was in there. In between rounds, they try to announce Napolitano's name, and you know, my fans are going crazy. It's a feeling that I wish I could give back to everybody, but it's something that I can't explain. It's just it's overwhelming. So I can't say enough. I can't say thank you enough, and I can't say thank you enough again to everybody. So, you know, can't wait to see you guys on November 9th.
Nailed that.